Dustin Poirier, Nate Diaz. This fight has been talked about tons. Dustin has repeatedly called for that fight over and over and over again. And he's even dodged other fights like Colby and a potential Conor rematch. He's denied those fights publicly and repeatedly called out for the Nate Diaz fight. So is this fight going to happen? And why would it happen? Why does Dustin want this fight so bad? Let's find out in this clip.
Do I think Nate Diaz will fight Dustin? I'm not sure. Like, the UFC's not really giving us much. Obviously, I think by now everybody knows about Nate's contract situation. I'll refresh everybody. Basically, Nate is on the last fight of his contract, allegedly, and is trying. It seems as if he's trying to get out of his contract. Basically, a lot of fighters, what they do is they re-sign before they usually renew their contract with better terms before they get to the end of their contract. But it seems like Nate is trying to fight out his contract, meaning do all the fights on his contract and then be a free agent, which most fighters never get to in the UFC. So if he does become a free agent, he has more leverage, and I think the UFC is really trying to get him to resign. So it's taking a while, and I think Nate's being stubborn, and he doesn't want to resign. Now, Nate's taking a risk because if he comes off a loss, if he does fight out his contract and he loses, he has much less leverage in free agency. If he comes off a win, he has way more leverage. So it's greater risk, greater reward type thing. But that being said, do I think him and Dustin will fight? Dustin is calling for this fight pretty hard, and it's kind of interesting because it's one thing for Dustin to call out for this fight once, but for Dustin to be consistently saying in the public the way he has been that he wants this fight when there's potentially bigger fights out there for him. One, there's always the possibility of the Conor fight, but he kind of turned that one down. There's always the possibility now there's the new possibility of the Colby fight. Colby really wants to fight Dustin. Dustin's saying no to Colby and yes to Nate. So you can always tell what a person wants based on what they're doing. And based on what Dustin's doing, it seems like Dustin, he wants that fight. He wants the Nate fight more than all the other fights for some reason. So why Nate Diaz, right? That's the question. Why Nate Diaz? When you have the option to potentially fight Conor, potentially fight any of these top 5 guys, potentially fight Colby, why are you so stuck on Nate Diaz? Well, many people think, I'm not saying I believe this, but many people think that Dustin is, one, he's coming off a loss, and 2, he's talked about losing that spark for fighting, losing that motivation, and many people speculate that Dustin doesn't want to fight anymore, but he wants to fight Nate for his last fight of his career. That would be a pretty good matchup in Dustin's favor, I believe. I think Dustin would be able to win that fight by decision, and pretty easier than some other guys. I'm not going to say Nate Diaz is an easy opponent. I mean, I'm not going to disrespect him, but Dustin would have an easier time with Nate than other guys, and Nate's a huge superstar. So the theory kind of fits where, okay, Dustin said he doesn't want to keep cutting weight. He said a couple fights ago that he's not really enjoying the fight game anymore, which usually means a fighter should retire. So maybe Dustin's trying to get the Nate fight for the last fight of his career. He can go out with a bang. Beating Nate Diaz, that would be a huge match, huge pay-per-view, make a lot of money, ride off into the sunset. That's the theory. So I don't know if it's true, but you got to consider it because I don't know, it just kind of makes sense. And if you listen to other guys, like I listen to Chael Sonnen a lot. Chael gave me watching Chael's videos, I realized, okay, when he talks about this a lot. When a fighter expresses any disinterest in their fighting career, like Dustin said he's not really feeling the fight game anymore right after he beat Conor in the second fight. That usually means they should retire. And Danny Boy just commented he doesn't really have a chance at any titles. Yeah, I think Dustin's made 2 unsuccessful title runs in his career. He's richer than he's ever been. There's no chance of him ever winning a 170-pound title. He can't possibly cut to 145. He's sick and tired of cutting to 155. That's his words. It doesn't make sense for Dustin to the odds of him making another title run and then winning the title when you've got killers like Islam, coming up who are probably going to dominate for a while. He's probably looking at this whole landscape like, I'm just a superstar now. I might as well get a money fight or 2 and then ride off into the sunset, promote my bourbon, promote my hot sauce, promote my sponsorships. And he has a family. Why would he keep getting punched in the face when he has all these things and he could just retire and make money in business and stuff?